A chronological Bible in 365 episodes. This is episode 285, continuing in the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and this is Matthew 16. When Jesus came into the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, "Who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?"
So they said, "Some say John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets."
He said to them, "But who do you say that I am?"
Simon Peter answered and said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God."
Jesus answered and said to him, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven.
And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it.
And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven."
Then he commanded his disciples that they should tell no one that he was Jesus the Christ.
From that time, Jesus began to show to his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed and be raised the third day.
Then Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him, saying, "Far be it from you, Lord, this shall not happen to you."
But he turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are an offense to me, for you are not mindful of the things of God, but the things of men."
Then Jesus said to his disciples, "If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross, and follow me.
For whoever desires to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it.
For what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul?
For the Son of Man will come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he will reward each according to his works.
Assuredly, I say to you, there are some standing here who shall not taste death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom."
Now after 6 days, Jesus took Peter, James, and John his brother, led them up on a high mountain by themselves.
And he was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as light.
And behold, Moses and Elijah appeared to them, talking with him.
Then Peter answered and said to Jesus, "Lord, it is good for us to be here. If you wish, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah."
While he was still speaking, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and suddenly a voice came out of the cloud, saying, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear him."
And when the disciples heard it, they fell onto their faces, and were greatly afraid.
But Jesus came and touched them and said, "Arise, and do not be afraid."
When they lifted up their eyes, they saw no one but Jesus only.
Now as they came down from the mountain, Jesus commanded them, saying, "Tell the vision to no one until the Son of Man is risen from the dead."
And his disciples asked him, saying, "Why then do the scribes say that Elijah must come first?"
Jesus answered and said to them, "Indeed, Elijah is coming first, and will restore all things.
But I say to you that Elijah has come already, and they did not know him, but did to him whatever they wished. Likewise, the Son of Man is also about to suffer at their hands."
Then the disciples understood that he spoke to them of John the Baptist.
Then he came to Bethsaida, and they brought a blind man to him, and begged him to touch him.
This is continuing in Mark. So he took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes and put his hands on him, he asked him if he saw anything.
And he looked up and said, "I see men like trees walking."
Then he put his hands on his eyes again and made him look up, and he was restored and saw everyone clearly.
Then he sent him away to his house, saying, "Neither go into the town, nor tell anyone in the town."
Now Jesus and his disciples went out to the towns of Caesarea Philippi, and on the road he asked his disciples, saying to them, "Who do men say that I am?"
So they answered, John the Baptist, but some say Elijah, and others, one of the prophets.
He said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter answered and said to him, "You are the Christ."
Then he strictly warned them that they should tell no one about him.
And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected by the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again.
He spoke this word openly, and Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him.
But when he had turned around and looked at his disciples, he rebuked Peter, saying, "Get behind me, Satan, for you are not mindful of the things of God, but the things of men."
When he had called the people to himself, with his disciples also, he said to them, "Whoever desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
For whoever desires to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake and the gospel's will save it.
For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul?
Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul?
For whoever is ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him the Son of Man also will be ashamed, when he comes into the glory of his Father with the holy angels."
And he said to them, "Assuredly, I say to you, that there are some standing here who will not taste death till they see the kingdom of God present with power."
Now after 6 days, Jesus took Peter, James, and John, and led them up on a high mountain, apart by themselves, and he was transfigured before them.
His clothes became shining, exceedingly white, like snow, such as no launderer on earth can whiten them.
And Elijah appeared to them with Moses, and they were talking with Jesus.
Then Peter answered and said to Jesus, "Rabbi, it is good for us to be here, and let us make 3 tabernacles, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah."
Because he did not know what to say, for they were greatly afraid.
And a cloud came and overshadowed them, and a voice came out of the cloud, saying, "This is my beloved Son, hear him."
Suddenly, when they had looked around, they saw no one any more, but only Jesus with themselves.
Now as they came down from the mountain, he commanded them that they should tell no one the things they had seen, till the Son of Man had risen from the dead.
So they kept this word to themselves, questioning what the rising from the dead meant.
And they asked him, saying, "Why do the scribes say that Elijah must come first?"
Then he answered and told them, "Indeed, Elijah is coming first and restores all things, and how it is written concerning the Son of Man, that he must suffer many things and be treated with contempt.
But I say to you that Elijah has also come, and they did to him whatever they wished, as it is written of him."
Continuing in Luke, and it happened as he was alone praying that his disciples joined him, and he asked them, saying, "Who do the crowd say that I am?"
So they answered and said, "John the Baptist, but some say Elijah, and others say that one of the old prophets has risen again."
And he said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter answered and said, "The Christ of God."
And he strictly warned and commanded them to tell this to no one,
saying that the Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected by the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed and be raised the 3rd day.
Then he said to them all, "If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross daily, and follow me.
For whoever desires to save his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will save it.
For what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and is himself destroyed or lost?
For whoever is ashamed of me and my words,
of him the Son of Man will be ashamed when he comes in his own glory, and in his Father's, and of the holy angels.
But I tell you truly, there are some standing here who shall not taste death till they see the kingdom of God."
Now it came to pass, about 8 days after these sayings, that he took Peter, John, and James, and went up on the mountain to pray.
As he prayed, the appearance of his face was altered, and his robe became white and glistening.
And behold, 2 men talked with him, who were Moses and Elijah.
who appeared in glory and spoke of his decrease, which he was about to accomplish at Jerusalem.
But Peter and those with him were heavy with sleep, and when they were fully awake, they saw his glory and the two men who stood with him.
Then it happened as he were parting from him that Peter said to Jesus, Master, is it good for us to be here? And let us make 3 tabernacles, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah, not knowing what he said.
While he was saying this, a cloud came and overshadowed them, and they were fearful as they entered the cloud.
And the voice came out of the cloud, saying, This is my beloved Son, hear him.
When the voice had ceased, Jesus was found alone, but they kept quiet and told no one in those days any of the things that they had seen.
You're listening to One Gospel with Heath and Holly. Be sure to like our videos and subscribe.